Hello, good morning my subscribers. In today's video you are going to see many things that is happening, especially the person who lost his wife because he could not deposit 500,000 naira for hospital fee. And then again another video again you are going to see a father beating his daughter for going to be doing what is popularly called in Nigeria hookup. That is prostitution, those ones that go to hotel, meet men and go to hotel. And in another variety videos again you are going to see different things. So now I'm going to make it snappy so that you see it, you evaluate it, then we'll talk about it. But what I want to say is that just stay and learn. Why is it the first person that this thing happened to, the man that lost his wife? Is he the first person? Because it is a common thing in Nigeria. If you don't have money, even if it is 15,000, they will not accept you into the hospital and you are likely to die outside. So is that part is good. That is why I'm trying to expose this thing. And then the youngest of nowadays that everybody wants to be doing prostitution because they have garnished the name and they've made the name to look so beautiful. They call it hookup. So is it worth it? In these videos you are going to sit and bring out your judgment and you will hear what experts are saying about this life, this kind of life. Listen to it and stay tuned and write your comment in the comment section below. We'll go down and see to it. Thank you.
Good morning, Nigeria. I love to say that TVC has our finger on the pulse and our eyes on those streets. And if it's a trending story, we're going to bring it on here and chop it up very professionally, very anchor-like. In our first story, do you remember Folajimi Akintunde, the Nigerian man whose heartbreaking story shook social media after his pregnant wife tragically died when a Lekki hospital allegedly refused to treat her without a deposit? Well, he's finally breaking his silence and he's setting the record straight after Dr. Ruben Abati of Arise News criticized him for poor financial planning towards his wife's pregnancy. Folajimi has come forward to tell his side of the story. This is what he had to say.
Highest irresponsibility. It's okay. There are many ways to every story. Maybe because you heard that the hospital didn't ask me for the money, that's why you are concluding this way. Sir, with due respect, this is not my first child. When my wife gave birth, we did take care of her to the best of my ability. And I never come public or come meet you, sir, make you borrow me money, make I take do antenatal, make I take do naming, or make I take feed my children. Do you understand? So, excuse me, sir, I saved money, but I didn't save 500,000. Okay? I saved money for that day, but they asked me for 500,000 deposit, not full payment. 500,000 deposit. I didn't have that. All the money we I think gathered that day, you know, go pass 100K. Yes. I don't know if it's an offense if you don't have up to 500,000 when your wife won't born. I don't know if it's an offense.
Now, unfortunately, Folajimi's story is a painful reality for many Nigerians who are constantly navigating our expensive and often unforgiving healthcare and social welfare system. But it's very important to remember that when we're criticizing people like this, that oftentimes we're speaking from a place of privilege. I want to do a little bit of math on here right now. Let's assume, and it is, the minimum wage is 70,000 naira. Assuming he was doing a little bit of extra work, he's making 100,000 naira per month. He's dividing this between two children who need shelter, school fees and the basic necessities, and a pregnant wife. But I do understand that it was his choice to have children. In my opinion, we should be crowdsourcing for this man instead of criticizing him. But let's take a look at social media. This story really touched me. Dr. Mildred says, the inflammatory comments against the man who lost his wife and unborn child are unkind. He is grieving and it's wrong to victimize him. If you can't offer support, stay silent. In other countries, women deliver babies in hospitals, take them home and pay nothing, where the government cares. RIP to the mom and the baby. We'll take one more tweet. Osho says, the thing is everyone is blaming this man with the way our country is right now. You might have 1 million naira in your account this moment and in 1 minute, bills, feeding and survival can dry a person up, all because the naira has lost her value. This is very sad. We're going to move on to our next story. A video making the rounds on social media has reignited the debate on parenting, discipline and public shaming. In a video, a visibly angry father is seen disciplining his daughter and accusing her of engaging in prostitution. Now, while the specifics of her alleged misconduct remain unclear, what has captured the public attention is the father's reaction. Look at this video for yourself.
At 15, you want to hook up, Abby? Now who pop life in one live at 16? No. Let me get you place. Let me go this night before. Not be really hotel. To go to a shower. Not be one do. At 16 years old. At 16 years old, you don't still need to do a shower. I mean, I beg you. Stop, we'll continue our business. Stop, I'm going to follow you. Stop. No. Come on, you are. I don't also get you here. I don't
Still on the topic of prostitution in court, a Nigerian woman has revealed on TikTok how she uncovered and confronted a lady who used her photos on a hookup platform without her consent. Now, this discovery came after her brothers abroad questioned her about alleged activities online. And when she was shocked and denied this, she launched a personal investigation and eventually discovered that this impersonator stole her images from social media and was using them for illicit things online and getting money, things like OnlyFans. Take a look at this short video.
I don't know, but please, I have learned my lesson. I won't do it again. We are all human. Please forgive me. I'm the one, let me talk to you, but I'm the one using her picture. She's not the one doing it. Please. I know that you could have been insulting our person her, make her feel that she's the one doing it.
Because if you talk anyhow, you are going to that station and my brothers that are already around though. Why did you cover your own face? Those my picture you put out there, it did not cover my own face. That is, you don't even tell me say you thought. Just tell me the truth. Why did you cover your own face? It did not cover my own face.
Okay, see what happened. I know that app used to. I don't know if anybody, any of you are using the app.
None of my friends.
Team, on one hand, we are seeing a man who's making an honest living, who was unable to provide for his money. On the other hand, in this next story, we're seeing a woman who was desperate for money and is engaging in illegal activities and probably making a lot of money from it. What do you make of this?
Sorry. My heart goes out to the man that was berated by people that he couldn't afford to pay the deposit for his wife's baby delivery. Yeah, things are hard. Things are really, really hard, you know. And I also believe that, look, if you're not going to support this guy, at least don't criticize him. You're not wearing his shoes. The other one where the man was beating his daughter for allegedly doing hookup and all that. My question is, don't we have a limit to what we post on social media? You know, yes, the man is doing the right thing. He's disciplining his daughter, showing the daughter that, look, whatever you're doing, I am completely against it. But showing a man flogging his daughter on social media is a little bit insensitive for me.
All right, I'll pick it up from the other story where the lady, you know, identity theft. I think that it's all shades of wrong for you to steal someone's identity to do other shady deals. And now her pictures are out there. How does she explain to the world where her picture is being seen that she's actually not the one involved in that business? Because it's on social media and it's all out there. And then for everyone, it goes to show that there are certain things that you need to post. I don't know how we can ensure that that does not happen to anyone, where people steal your identity to do certain things. For me, on certain platforms, you can't find my picture because of things like this. It's unfortunate. And then for the guy who lost his wife because he couldn't, you know, get the required sum that he was asked by the hospital. The hospital has come out to say that they didn't ask him for 500,000, but he still insists that they asked him. But at the end of the day, I think it's important that we understand that not all of us are privileged. There are certain persons who, no matter how they plan, they still do not have those monies that we are asking them to have. And that when it comes to issues like this, we should allow people grieve in peace. For the father that disciplined his daughter, he's doing the right thing, but he needs to ensure that, you see, holistic parenting is what he, you know, puts in place for his daughter at this point. Peer pressure is real. I'll leave it there.
And for me, I'll say, with all due respect, I think Ruben Abati was speaking because he is privileged. I want him to understand there are people that work from months and are not even able to get 500,000 at the end of the day. I also need him to understand that he cannot love this man's wife more than the man loved his wife. So it's really sad that the man was criticized like that. This man just lost his wife. I pray that and I wish that he finds the peace. And I also want people to stop criticizing him because I'm sure he didn't want his wife to die. And also for the father beating his daughter, you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink it. So I feel like there are better ways. You need to talk to her to not do that than beating her, because if she's bent on doing that, I promise you the beating will not do anything. I feel like there are different ways you can speak to her heart. I really believe in speaking to children. Speak to her heart to heart rather than beating her like that. Identity theft, a lot of us have suffered it. I post a lot on social media. I am very social media savvy. My pictures are everywhere. And most times I experience cases like this where people collect money, you know, and say that they are Ria Abdul. It is very sad. I hope that the people that do this are finally brought to book.
Yes, so identity theft is a problem. And just like you said, Ria, someone like you, your picture is everywhere, but you know, others are also torn between, should I put my picture on social media because of the fear of some people taking it and using it to, you know, wrong advantage. So we just have to decide, and that's a real problem. But then if anyone is stealing your identity and you're able to nab the person, make sure you prosecute the person, make sure you take the person to court, whether you have money or not. Get some human rights activists to get, you know, to do this for you, because it's painting you in a bad light. So if we can't help our fellow human being, I think we should soften the way we criticize them. We might make criticisms, informed criticisms, but not in a way to shame the victim, because in this case the man is a victim, the family is a victim, the children are there, and then the scar, the stigma, everything will be there for life. So if we can't help, if we can't offer, you know, good help, you know, offer good advice, and if you can't, just keep short. It's very honorable to do that, and we should speak truth to power. Look at what the government is doing. You know, one of the comments read, people go to other hospitals, they deliver baby, you know, free of charge, and they go back home. Everyone is happy. So we should speak to where the matter really is. Let's reduce the mortality rate, the maternal mortality rate we have in our hospitals. Let the government invest more in our hospitals. We want us to stay alive, to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Thank you so much, team. Very compassionate and insightful inputs as always.